Last week in Round Sailing, we had a perfect sail from St. Martin to the British Virgin Islands. There we visited the beautiful Bitter End Yacht Club, where we tried a hobby cat for the first time. After a few days in North Sound, we sailed south to the spectacular The Bass. We're in The Bass, the main attraction on Virgin Gorda. So it's like a marine park, national park, and it's full of these boulders. Really cool stones and rocks. So now we're gonna go and check them out. I don't know which way to go, I guess that way. Wow, we have to climb these.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's amazing. The Bass are a national park and an area of unique geologic formations. The giant granite boulders have formed tunnels, tidal pools, arches, and scenic grottos that are open to the sea.
Yeah, it's a really lovely place, this, with all the paths and boulders.
After climbing and walking through the tunnels, we arrived to a beautiful beach called Devil's Bay. It's so cool with these boulders because some of them look like animals. For example, this one, I think it looks like a morena. I forgot the name in English, but I will write it here. But you think it looks like a whale?
Yeah, I don't know. A baby whale, maybe, the head. Or maybe a whale painted by a child.
But it looks a bit dangerous. That's Pac-Man. And he's been eating a lot of stones, so he has some saliva dripping from his mouth.
Yeah, could be, could be.
The BVIs consist of a lot of islands, some smaller and some bigger. It's the perfect place for beginners in sailing, because the water is very protected between the islands. We made a stop on Norman Island in the west to attend a birthday party later that evening.
Maybe we should bring him up on deck a bit more often.
I think it's time that he gets cleaned.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like a carpet.
Yeah.
It's a green carpet. On the other side of the anchorage, there were caves that one could snorkel in. So we went there with a clean and fast shabby to do some snorkeling. Trellis Bay on Beef Island is a nice and relaxed place. There's lots of artwork and they have a big full moon party on the beach every month. We were in Trellis Bay to meet up with Andy and Mia from 59 Degrees North. Beside from doing offshore sailing with crew, Andy and Mia have a podcast called On the Wind. We headed over to their Swan 48, Isbjörn, and recorded an episode together. It was so much fun. kommer ju välta direkt.
Det börjar bli tungt där uppe. Shit, it's my turn now, isn't it? Level is just laying on
Yeah,
two.
on that cross.
Shit.
Två stycken kryddor.
Yeah, like one cross. Oh yeah! Wow!
Yeah, it's Sunday and we just left Trellis Bay on Beef Island next to Tortola, and we're on our way to Van Dijk, and it's about 10 nautical miles to go there. And yeah, it's lazy sailing today. We're a bit lazy, so we're just using the head sail pulled out, the Genoa, and so we skipped the main today. We're not in a rush. So yeah, it's really good to have a whisker pole when you're going straight downwind. We've seen that a lot of the charter boats here in the BVIs, like the monohulls, they come equipped without the whisker pole, so they can't really go straight downwind. The boat next to us here, they've been struggling a lot to go straight downwind, so they have to, you know, tack downwind. And on a cruising boat, I don't think they will gain anything on that. It will take longer time.
So I had to start hand steering because the autopilot and the plotter said that the batteries were too low to run the autopilot. And that's really strange because we have 400 amp hours on our AGM batteries, and before we could sail and have everything running, the autopilot and everything else, for 3 days, and now it's like cut in half, so we can go 1.5 days. And then the batteries are too low, so we had to start the engine. So it's really strange. So we think they have turned bad. So
Yeah, but it also has been really cloudy the last couple of days. So.
yeah, it doesn't help that the last 2 days have been really cloudy, so we haven't got anything from the solar panels. But still, the batteries shouldn't be this low, this fast. But it's perfectly fine to hand steer. It just doesn't feel good with the batteries.
We found a spot to drop the anchor, despite all the mooring balls. And then we went ashore to see a little bit of the island.
So now we're in Van Dijk, which is one of the western islands here in the BVIs. And Ron is anchored down there. It was a bit hard to find a good spot because it's so crowded with mooring balls. But we found a spot.
The most famous beach on Van Dijk is called White Bay. It's always crowded with sailboats and motorboats, and this is not a place to relax, but to party.
It can get really crowded here in the BVIs.
I think I just bought the most expensive ice cream in my whole life.
Are you ready? I haven't really woken up yet.
The next day we sailed to Tortola to jump aboard a ferry so we could get our permission to sail to US territory. But more about that in the next episode. Hi guys, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We want to send a big thank you to all of our patrons. I mean, you guys are the ones who make these videos possible. So if you would like to support these videos as well, please check out our Patreon page. See you in the next episode. Bye bye!